Let me start by asking, what is the meaning of technology disruption? RR, you want to take that first? Because technology disruption is such a big word and it's known in such a variety of ways. How would you define technology disruption in context of CV or automotive and CV?
So I think before technology disruption, what we are seeing is, I think the predecessor to technology disruption or technology-enabled business disruption we've seen with Uber. And I think we thought Uber was the model in the world. We know what Ola is doing to Uber in India, giving a run for their money. Let's take CV or logistics. 3 days back, an out-on-out technology company called Stellar Logistics bought over Patel Roadways, the leading logistics transport provider with physical assets. So what will that do to the entire logistics space when you have a challenger in the game who understands the underlying technology and when they own physical assets as well? So not necessarily technology disruption can all be asset light. So what we call in Microsoft is what we call technology intensity. So when I think about technology intensity, we should talk about experiences first before technology. And I think that's the point which is missing. From the morning, I've been seeing a lot of discussions on telematics and how connected things happen. Yes, that's important, but I think in the whole commercial transportation space, this is but table stakes. You cannot do without that. But there's a whole stack above telematics which you need to build if you have to really make an impact on this industry.
Rajiv, can you elaborate on this stack which is being referred to? You gentlemen are familiar with that stack in technology? You have these technology stacks, and I think what we're trying to say over here is that we all are talking about only telematics in this conference. We go outside, we're seeing telematic stalls. Nothing wrong with that, but that's only just about the tip of the iceberg. But Rajiv will elaborate more.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, as you said, telematic is, it's kind of become commonplace, at least the discussion around it. Probably the adoption is still, there's a long way to go on the ground. But that is the base assumption, as Arar just said, of the technological disruption in the CV industry. So if you go about that, as Intel, I know some of you might be wondering what Intel is doing in a commercial vehicle forum. So one of our focus areas of the team that we are with is how do we enable advanced driver assistance systems, specifically for commercial vehicles and specifically in India. So we've been partnering with Mobileye, which is an Intel company whose focus is advanced driver assistance systems. So that is one of the kind of layers of the stack, as I can call it. So telematics is a base thing, and we talk about ADAS, the short form of advanced driver assistance systems. And over the past year, we've been trying to take ADAS to the customers. And one common refrain that comes back is, okay, ADAS is good, but there are other things that we require. And one common example that came out is driver monitoring. And when I say driver monitoring, it's the ability to, not just capture video of the driver, that's not the intention, but trying to figure out, okay, is the driver of a commercial vehicle, is he sleepy, is he tired, is he not paying attention, is he on the phone? So all those aspects, which in turn can help enable more safety, both with respect to a fleet, as well as with respect to a driver. So when we go and talk about collision avoidance, what causes the collision is a key thing. So is it because of driver fatigue? Is it because of some inattention? So the telematics is the base of it. You can figure out where the vehicle is, how it is traveling, the speed at which it's traveling, and then you have a layer on top of it which says, okay, there can be some warnings generated, there can be some alerts generated, both from a collision avoidance or from a driver monitoring. And then on top of that, you have the layer of, what we call as a path towards autonomous driving, which is, it goes from level 1 to level 5. But we talk about assisted braking, automation.
4 years' time, they will be making more money out of the data they get than by actually selling trucks. And I can prove that mathematically for you. So there is no reason why OEMs should not go, but OEMs are asking the wrong question. How do I make the money? My customer doesn't want to pay. Who pays? So we need to balance this out.
Okay, so let me ask one more logistics-related question. Imti, Vasant, Dr. Ghosh, anyone. Apart from trucking, is there any other area of logistics you find technology is playing a part? So we've heard of...
I think, though I'm not an expert on it, but I've heard and I have my friends, I think warehousing is interesting. A lot of technology is happening in warehousing, which is also one of the aspects of logistics, right? And there are lots of innovation happening in terms of robots and AI and so on and so forth.
So let me give you some stats. Interestingly, I was reading somewhere. We're seeing 14% of India's logistics cost, and this split is which should be some 8% like we spoke in the morning, allow me. And if you break it up, they're saying that about 6% is because of transportation, another 6-7 is inventory, and the balance is all the other costs. And the biggest play, they say, actually is on the inventory side. The biggest saving potential is on the inventory side, right? So I'm just trying to take a cue from what you just said, Imti. Is that what yours?
Yeah, it is. So India's logistics cost to GDP is around 13-14%. When it comes to America, it's 8%, which means we are very expensive. And one of the largest piece also, other than the trucking aspect, is this warehousing, as you were saying, in terms of costing. A lot of innovation is happening in the warehousing, and due credit to a lot of stuff that getting driven by Amazon. Because of e-commerce growth and so on and so forth, but now it's percolating to other segments. We are seeing that happening with auto parts, we are seeing that happening with appliances, so on and so forth.
Yeah, Sanjay, I'll just say one major disruption is in the matter of vehicle maintenance. See, the point is that let's talk about asset utilization. That is one major sort of realization that the investment must give back on. If you actually see, we believe that overloading the truck, putting it all these are sweating that asset. But actually it's counterproductive, because then there's more downtime, there's more wear and tear, and that all results in more expenses. So the point is that what has technology done? Technology has made it far more predictive. So yes, it's all connected, we have over-the-air systems, but now if you have a vehicle, we can know about an incident or some kind of issue coming up, and you can actually prevent that from happening, or you can be in readiness for it so that the uptime of the vehicle is maintained much higher. This has been a significant improvement in the utilization of that asset, because the downtime is reduced, the parts requirements, before they wear and break completely, or the towing that's required, we are able to take action. The data that is coming is actually resulting in a diagnostic. Technicians have now become diagnosticians who can actually tell what's going on, and before the event actually happens, they go ahead and take preventive measures and actually create a... This is exactly what happens with airlines. So
and this is what happened in Europe or US?
So Mack trucks, Volvo trucks, they have a thing called Guard Dog, which is exactly this system. Daimler Trucks is got the innovation of this from, in Detroit. They have systems which are keeping the technicians all ready. This truck has already seen this, the flags have come up, get ready with that part, get ready, this truck is due to the workshop in 6 hours. Now, can you imagine what's happening?
Yeah, so Arar, you have this fantastic as your solution, right? Which is like all-encompassing in a sense. I'm not trying to promote Microsoft, but since you have this product already in the market, what are you telling manufacturers, or what are manufacturers saying apart from the cost and the price? What is the next big thing in technology which is going to happen? Is going to be ADAS or autonomous or blockchain, ledger in logistics? What is your view? I mean, I'm sure each of you have a point of view. Can I hear all of you give
Sure.
Your next prediction, apart from what we are seeing in the market today?
Okay, so we first of all, when we started off about 4 years back, and we kind of closely walled it with Renault Nissan to start with, and we've built out this platform, and now we are, it's a general availability platform, which means it's open for other OEMs. We started with telematics and predictive maintenance. That was something we wanted to nail, and we've got it very well nailed, because that's the base, right? The next one which we are focusing on is parts of ADAS, like, drowsiness or lack of attention to driving. On this commercial vehicle, we are going into the fleet management area, the whole fleet management area. But what's next is really our machine learning and AI really kicking in from the instrument cluster. So we are releasing SDKs into the market where OEMs can build their own branded intelligent personal assistants, which can virtually do
it's like
everything.
improvised ADAS.
Yeah, so it's telling you what can go wrong, what will go wrong, what is ahead, what to do, what not to do, calendarizing all your schedules of pickup, delivery in the CV center.